Happy birthday to you.
Wow.
You need to check.
Happy birthday to you.
Boy, please come on in before she keeps singing. Okay.
Come on in the room.
Birthday, sunshine.
It ain't till tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Mm. Your butt get.
That sounds so beautiful. Oh God.
That's what you get. Hey everybody, thanks for folks who have joined so far. We're gonna give folks just a few more seconds to see if they're gonna join in on our shenanigans for tonight.
Share, because we're gonna talk about cheating tonight.
Yeah.
My favorite topic.
I'm leaving that all the way alone. All the way.
Let me mute for a second.
She got the corona, y'all. She got coronavirus. I need to keep feet. Jesus, that was loud. All right. Well, thanks for joining in. This is Occasionally Posh live episode. And we got lovely Sasha joining us tonight. Give her a hand. Jazz may or may not be able to join us, but if she does, I know she'll jump right on in with the shenanigans. But we always start with a would you rather question. But before we do that, please make sure to go share our video and comment below and let us know that you're here. And we want to, we want you to interact with us as we talk about our different topics, as we do our would you rather question, as we just be crazy. Just join in and comment below. Feel free, please. So we always start with a foreplay question. Chassie B, you're first.
Okay. So since today's topic is about cheating or relationships in general, would you rather be in a relationship that is bad or be single?
Be single.
Definitely be single.
I think everybody, like whenever I thought of the question, I said everybody's going to say be single. But I think that a lot of people choose bad over being single.
Yeah.
Everybody
it's easier said than done.
But a lot of people are in bad relationships because they don't want to be single.
Right. I don't really get it. Like, you can do bad by yourself.
Right.
So I need somebody else to pal on. I got kids, I got jobs, I got family. I definitely don't need you to be a hindrance and be out here.
Okay.
Making my life worse. Okay.
Exactly.
Amen.
Because
Yeah, nah. Oh, did you answer? You said single too, right, Sasha?
Yeah, definitely single.
Yeah. All right, mine is, would you rather be caught cheating or catch your partner cheating?
I'd rather be caught cheating.
Yeah. Explain why.
I don't want to get my heart broke. And I feel
like you rather break hearts.
That's what I was gonna say. I'd have done both. I'd have been in both situations, and I don't know, for some reason, the getting caught cheating was a better feeling than finding out you getting cheated on.
Oh, that's funny. I think I would rather be cheated on, catch my partner cheating.
Ooh, why?
I don't know. I guess because I don't want to be out here looking crazy. Like, if you get cheated on, then that's something you can't help. So I know that sounds crazy, but if you get caught cheating, everybody out here giving you the side out of the church on the back pew talking about you. Like,
no, for
look
real.
Look at that old heathen coming in here. after she done stayed up all weekend with somebody else's man. I don't care. I'm still gonna do the. I'd rather be the one that's cheating.
I mean, at least if you get
Okay.
cheated on, then you can have to make the decision of what's gonna happen next. Like, okay, he cheated on me. Either we gonna work through it, or I'm going on by you and kick rocks. But if you get cheated on, then your life is left in their hands on whether they gonna forgive you or leave you, put you out on the porch or whatever the case
If you're the
may
one
be.
that's doing the cheating, but see,
Right.
They gonna come back.
I feel like whenever you get caught, you sloppy and you want to get caught. Every time I've ever got caught, I was fine with getting caught because I was over it.
Oh my god.
And I was being sloppy.
So since you putting it out there that you have been that person, why not just leave?
Because one instance, it was the fear of worrying about what everybody else would think. I was
Right.
that person. And, like, this is your child's father and all this kind of stuff. Y'all need to be together and blah, blah, blah. So I was worried about that and what people would say. The second time, it was over and he just wouldn't accept it. And I was like, I'm going to do me. So, I've been the cheater. I've been cheated on. I've been the one that didn't leave the relationship before cheating. And then I've also broken up with somebody before I cheated. So I was kind of single whenever I cheated the other time.
Oh Lord, it's like saying if you wore a condom, it didn't happen. We back to
Don't
that, huh? I think your sister calling you out.
Hey.
She said you toxic.
I get it honestly.
But anyway, comment below. Let us know what your answer is to both that questions. We got someone for the first one said they rather be single, which seems like the consensus. And let us know what y'all think about cheating. Would you rather be cheated on? Would you rather catch your partner cheating? Just be something to know about. But of course, our topic segment is about cheating. I don't even know how that became about, but here we are. So before we dive into the issues or the things that happen in the world that's crazy around the topics of cheating, I wanted to just give a little background on some research I did. So the first thing I wondered as I researched this topic is, what is the top reasons why people cheat? People talk about this a lot, but really, like, survey wise, what people, what's the top reason? They had 8 reasons, but I'm only going to say a few. But of course, some of it was revenge. He cheated on me, I'm going to cheat on him, or vice versa. One of it is I fell out of love. I was deep in love when we got started. We grew apart. We've been together a million years. It ain't quite the same. Now I'm cheating. Is that an excuse? Not sure, but it happens. Situational can be from 2 sides. Situation can be from, I done got drunk out here in these streets and I just slipped up. Or it could be that my marriage or my relationship is going terribly and I'm leaning on somebody else and it kind of just happens. So that's, I think everybody knows that. Then of course some people just have commitment issues, which I don't realize. If you have commitment issues, why try to commit? Which is a whole nother topic. Unmet needs. Somebody ain't putting it down somewhere. Somebody missing it. Sexual desire. Some people are just sexually desired to more than one person. Some people don't believe that you can be with one person and only want that person for the rest of your life, even though that's what we told we're supposed to do. And one of the other ones is low self-esteem. So some people feel good about if somebody wants me, the attention. So what you guys think? What you think about the reasons why people cheat? And can you think of anything else to add to it?
You want to go first, Sash?
I'm still gathering my thoughts.
I think that it touched a lot. I think it touched pretty much everything that I think that it would touch. And I agree with most of it. I lost my train of thought. I looked down for a second. I lost my train of thought. But okay. So somebody commented in the thing that monogamy is not natural. although monogamy is something that I strive for because it's something that I grew up on knowing, and it's something that I want because I'm selfish and I just want love for myself. But I also do not believe that monogamy is something that is natural. I feel like people are attracted to multiple people for different reasons. And cheating doesn't necessarily have to be sexual, although a lot of times that's when people get upset, is whenever the sexual part come into it. But you can cheat on somebody emotionally, you know, because person B is meeting your emotional needs. And I think that whenever people think about cheating, they only think about the sexual aspect. They don't really think about everything else that goes into it. So that's why I say I don't think that monogamy is something that you are supposed to do or that you can do, but communication is something that needs to be open, I guess. I don't know.
I think my thought process is like, if we aren't married, am I really cheating? Like, I feel like we're dating, like we're having fun. I mean, and though I do want us to be able to be at a point to where we can, you know, be committed to just each other before we could even consider marriage. But I feel like if we not married, it's really not cheating. Like we're dating. And I feel like dating is a natural thing. And when you're dating, you're supposed to date multiple people. So
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I personally, you know, I don't know if I could handle having multiple relationships like some people have. I could barely put enough in the one I got, but because life, you know what I'm saying. But I feel like if you communicate that in the beginning, then there's nothing really to talk about after that. Like if you communicate that I'm not, she said Sasha toxic too. Sorry. I feel like as long as you have open communications when you're dating early in the stages and saying, you know, we are going to be seeing each other, but we also going to be seeing other people, then I don't see the issue with that. The problem is a lot of people just assume this.
Yeah.
And that's where issues come in for number one. And number two, I know men probably gonna say I'm bashing, but a lot of men think they can be out there sowing their royal oats, but if they woman doing it, it's a problem.
Are they really royal?
Right?
Because that was one of the reasons why people did it. Bad women.
Right. Right. So yeah, I think a lot of times, sometimes in relationships, people say this in the beginning and they're fine with it, but as feelings grow and people fall in love and emotions get involved, and
yeah,
I've been guilty of that.
It's complicated.
We started out as, you know, like this right here ain't nothing serious. Like we, you know, we do whatever we want, but then no feelings come into play. But yeah, I agree. If you're single, you're not married, I don't think it's cheating. I think you just out there dating and stuff, but you know, practice safe sex. Wrap it up.
So it won't happen.
Yeah, that way it don't count.
I cannot.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I knew she was too. I knew she was too. But so why do y'all think that it's so different from men and women?
I think
like the way people look at it, the way people view it, whatever the case may be. Why is it so different?
I think because like when men cheat, they just do it. Like they just do it. Like they don't think about it. Like they can wake up the next morning and she's still just that. While women, it be emotional a lot of the time for most women just because of who we are. And so I think that has a lot to play with why people look at it differently, because a man cheating and a woman cheating just not the same thing. Like, and I know people think it is, but it's really not.
I kind of disagree.
I mean, I'm half and half on it. Go ahead.
So I disagree because I think that this right here is going to sound rude towards women, and I'm a woman, but anyway, I think that a lot of women, we tend to think that we got all our shit together and there's no reason for our man to go out and cheat on us. And we're doing A through Z and he should be happy here. But I think that we fail to realize that sometimes we drop the ball and that's why they go out and cheat, because they're missing something. Just like women, whenever women go out and cheat, they missing something as well. Men may do it. Women may be more emotionally attached whenever they do it, but I don't think that men just necessarily wake up on a Tuesday and be like, I'm gonna go out here and cheat. You know?
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that wholeheartedly because I know some women out there who do way more than I do. I mean, they just cater to their man 24/7, 7 days a week. He say bark. So and men still cheat. So I don't know if that's I ain't saying that sometimes it ain't the case.
But that doesn't mean that he's getting everything that he needs. Just because you cater to somebody doesn't necessarily mean that all of their needs are getting met.
That's his fault, not hers.
To them, what else do they need?
If he's not getting everything he need, he not putting it out there what he need, or he settled, and now he's punishing her for it.
Now this right here,
now that's a fact.
Yeah, he ain't telling everything that he need. But I mean, just because the queen gets catered to, but that doesn't necessarily mean that all of her needs are getting met all the time.
That's true.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely an internal battle. A podcast I was listening to the other day, and I don't know if I agree with it. I'm still pondering. I don't think I do. But they said that women go into a relationship, even though it's not 100, saying that they can change a man. Men go into a relationship, say that they can tolerate it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
100%. I definitely agree.
I agree 100%.
I definitely agree.
But is it really considered tolerating it? I mean, I'm not gonna ask you to tolerate it. Like if I'm not giving you something that you need, tell me, and we can go from there. But don't blame me because you tolerating it.
Right. Well, I mean,
that's where I'll struggle with. Like,
but I think that right there is just the communication aspect. I think one of the biggest things as far as relationships is communication, and I think that right there it can either hinder the relationship or communication can help the relationship if everybody is open to communication and able to talk and receive. You got to be able to put it out and receive. You can't just put your stuff out there and not receive what the other person is saying. But then whenever people just assume that you're supposed to know, like you're supposed to know my wants, my needs, what I'm missing and all this kind of stuff, and you're not supposed to go out here and do this because you know that you're supposed to do this and I want this and all this kind of stuff. So communication.
Right. And if we was mind readers, we'd be rich.
I'm a mind reader.
Girl, back.
I'm a mind reader.
Chris said when you're dating, you're dating and can talk to anyone, but when you obtain a title of boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife, going outside of is anyway is cheating. Mm-mm. So the next question for me would be: do people actually go and say, are you my girlfriend anymore, or are we committed, or is it assumed?
I feel like sometimes these people be assuming because let's be real, everybody just be out here doing what they want to do, and it's like, yeah, I think people be assuming.
I think so too. I think it's just like a moment whenever people just get comfortable with each other, and that man is coming over every day, spending the night. He done left his left shoe over there, his toothbrush at your house, and all that kind of stuff. So you just assume that y'all in a relationship. Yeah. He ain't said that y'all in a relationship. He's still calling you his little friend. You calling him his boo, your boo, and it's like that miscommunication. Yeah, and then you got here talking to Tiffany and Nicole and all them people, and you over here being faithful. But he's single. You in a relationship.
Right. But he ain't. Right. But yeah, I think I definitely agree with him. When you're quote unquote dating, y'all still getting to know each other. So y'all, that's not commitment. But if you're having a conversation of that we monogamous, then yeah, I agree. Even though you're not married, Sasha.
Personally, like I would never cheat on anybody though. Like, even though that's not how I view it, like I would never do that to somebody. Like, that's just not who I am. I would just break up with you.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of, y'all don't think it's more complicated? I know y'all not married, but when you sign, go to the altar and be in front of 1 million people and sign the paperwork, you don't think it's a little harder to leave?
When you're married?
I don't think so.
I do. I think because like most people obviously got married for a reason, and like some people do still take their vows serious, but I think now in 2021 people look at marriage is more like a business than a relationship, and so
Right. One of my friends actually said that in one of his stories or something one day. He was like, people need to stop trying to be in a relationship for love and try to be in a relationship with someone that you can make it with as a lifetime. Meaning instead of the first thing y'all talk about is how you feel, do you love me, blah blah blah. We need to talk about what you think about how you pay the bills, or how you think finances should go, or do you think we should rent or buy, or whatever the case. They saying that should be the first conversation before you even get.
Yeah, we need.
Okay,
Now we gotta lay that
I
out. That's part of
understand
the foundation.
But I understand that, but I don't think that people should be in a relationship with somebody just because they pay bills good. Just because you pay bills good don't mean that you're gonna love me, right?
Right.
Like people, so it bothers me whenever people say that a marriage is a business deal or whatever. Why even go into it if that's all that you're gonna think of it as? You might as well be single and live together, and still you can cohabitate and get all the same benefits, if not even better, because once you get married, then the income is combined. You probably lose a whole bunch of benefits that you didn't get prior. I mean, that you could get prior to getting married. So why even put that marriage label on it whenever you can cohabitate and get the same benefits of a business relationship? Now, if you're going to marry somebody, you need to marry somebody for love. Yes, all the other stuff needs to come with it, but you can't be married and not be in love with somebody. You can't just deal with somebody.
People do it every day.
I know,
Right.
but look at all these miserable people out here. There's a whole lot of miserable people out here that's in a relationship because it's convenient, because it's a business deal, because they wasn't in love and all that kind of stuff. And people need to, I feel like people just got out of the notion that people can fall in love, and everybody wants to rush into everything. And because this right here makes sense, we're having sex, so let's go ahead and get married. So nobody won't say anything about us having sex and you being over here all the time. That's what people do.
Yeah.
Or either they just want to prove to everybody else, like, oh, they didn't think we're gonna make it, let's go ahead and get married. But people take out the fact that you need to be in love with somebody, at least like them halfway, 90% something. Don't the whole business aspect it does not sit right with me.
I understand it completely. I don't think I would go into it that way.
Yeah,
but he had been married before and was divorced. And money is the one of the top 5 reasons why people get divorced. Because I can love you all day, but it take more than love to make a relationship work. So if they start with money, then that's gonna strain the love anyway. So I feel like people have that view more, especially if you already been married before.
So somebody said love don't pay the bills. I understand that love don't pay the bills, but why get married when you can get the same benefits for a cohabitation? Why put a whole title on it? Why sign some legal papers when you can get the exact same benefits cohabitating?
Because we was raised that you ain't supposed to do that. At least I was.
Well, I mean,
people have different beliefs and people get married for different reasons. So I mean, that conversation could go for days, like why? But I mean, different things. Like just like you can get some great benefits not being married. Being married also has some benefits, like when it comes to finances and things. So you kind of got to look at that one from both sides of that.
Yeah. And, a lot of women get pressured, when they're not married, especially if you have made it to 30, you ain't got no kids or no husband. What's wrong with you?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
you're gonna die old maid.
Right.
Like, I might, but I'll be happy.
Oh, man. Well, the segue into the next thing I research is why do people stay after they're cheated on? And the top reasons was pretty what you expect. Love. I just love him. I know he cheated on me, but I just love him.
Bullshit.
Naive was the second reason. I was young and dumb. I ain't know no better. Money, like I said, which is the opposite of that. Money, because I don't know if I can live out here on my own or survive on my own with my one income, or I got back kids and daycare and we got a mortgage together and car payments together and whatever the case may be. People stay for that. Of course, people stay because they hope people will change, but people got want to change. They think that even if you don't like it, that men cheat. That's just what they do.
That bothers me.
I know, right?
I think
And then of course, the last reason was outside views. What people are going to think about me, especially
that's the
in
number
Christian
one.
They
community.
didn't put the kids on. You know, people love to stay for the kids.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that right there.
Surprisingly, that went on there, but
They claim it's for the kids, but in
Right.
actuality, it's for that last one that she just said. Everybody worried about what somebody else is gonna say.
Mhm.
That's all that it is. That's all that it boils down
Yeah.
to.
But you don't care what they saying while you out here getting played to your face.
I guess because
That
you
part.
staying and you making your marriage work and you number one.
If
Girl, bye.
you was number one, you wouldn't be having to worry about 2, 3, and 4.
That part.
Only one, the only one, not number one. That bothers me too. That right there is a nerd. Ooh,
I
I better.
I was
be
surprised
number one.
kids wasn't
Coming
on there
home to
either.
me.
though.
Yeah, because people love to say, I'm just, it's better for the kids. But as a social worker, I'm here to tell you, no, it's not.
it's not.
Go ahead and get the voice, please, and thank you.
Right. Kids know when something ain't right anyway. We can
And
sit
they
here and try
come
to
to
fake
school
it till
and
we make
tell
it all
us.
we want.
They
Right.
come to school and tell us all y'all business.
So other than kids, do you think anything else is a reason why people stay?
I think people have a fear of starting over. And so it's better to just deal with, well, not for me personally, but I think that people have the mindset, I'd rather just deal with what I'm dealing with than start over with somebody else and have to go through the same thing again, possibly.
Yeah.
I do think that. I agree with that. I think a lot of times people are scared of getting hurt again by a new person. So they stay because this sounds so stupid, but I could probably keep getting hurt by the same person rather than starting over and getting my heart broken by a brand new person that I fell in love with. At least I know what this person is going to bring to me, which is so stupid. But I feel like a lot of people do that. Like I know this person is going to keep breaking my heart, but I know we're going to have these good days. So I'm going to let these good days outweigh these bad days rather than starting over. But I also think a lot of people, okay, let me see. So whenever I was in my relationship that I cheated in, one of my biggest issues was I jumped from relationships to relationship to relationship. I never took a moment to get back to myself and love myself. And because whenever you're in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, boyfriend and girlfriendship, a job or whatever, you always lose yourself. And at one moment, you lose a part of you, and you have to take a moment to get yourself back together. And if you don't do that, then you just keep going down a cycle of bad things, and you keep losing yourself and losing yourself and losing yourself. And whenever it got to the point where I cheated, I was gone. I was miserable. I hated myself because I didn't ever take the moment to get back to me, to get back to like reading or exercising or, just something simple that I never got to do because I'm jumping from here to here to here to here. So I think a lot of people, they jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. And then whenever they find somebody that they get married to, they want to stay with that person forever because they feel like this is where I'm supposed to be, because they just never found their stuff again after the other stuff. And they feel like this is the best that I can get, basically. Yeah. I've been hurt so many times, and this right here is my B+. So I'm gonna take this B+ instead of trying to get an A.
Mm-hmm. I think some of it is learned too. Like, I'm doing what I watched my mama do. Like, it was okay, and then so why is it not okay now? Like, and I think that it's sad that that kids have to see so much of that going on. But I think that some of it is like I said, it's just learned. Like, I've seen this be done this way for so long, so it's just like a cycle.
Yeah, I also feel like people make excuses, meaning he cheats on me, but at least he ain't beating my tail.
Oh, I hate that.
Like, one is worse than the other. Like, I mean, of course, physically is worse, but wrong is wrong. Like, at the end of the day.
I mean, you hurting them emotionally, that's going to affect their mental health. So which one is really worse? Like, they both
Right.
terrible.
Right.
Right, exactly.
I think people think that just because you can see a scar is worse than feeling a scar.
Right.
Neither,
Well,
please.
then, right. Well, of course, the last part of the research was who cheats more. And of course, I'm pretty sure y'all can guess that men cheat more.
I think
Women
women
just don't get caught.
I was about to say, I think women
Right.
cheat more. We just, well, not we, but they just don't get caught.
She meant that she meant it. But statistically, it says men cheat more. They said, and it's not that far apart. It says 25% more married men cheat than and 15%. It's so a 25 to 15% ratio. Well, actually, it says that they admit to it. So, like you said,
I was
Sash,
about to say,
they just didn't get caught.
exactly.
But it says men cheat more when they're middle aged. So I guess they feel like they got to go out there and prove something. I don't really know. It says more women. I thought this was interesting. More women cheat if they get married before they're 30.
Oof, I believe that.
I kind of believe that too. You want to
Because
know why?
we feel like we all need to be married before a certain age.
Right. Then we miss out on something or didn't live life or whatever the case may be.
So something that I had read a couple of years ago was that women reach like this sexual peak once they get like over 30. And I was like, it's no way, because back when I was 20, it didn't, So I was like, it's no way.
40 now. They actually say 40 is when you hit it. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, well, so anyway, I've noticed that in the last couple of years, like things have changed down there that is different. That if I probably had got married before I was 30, to somebody that was giving it to me, like they were.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Sasha's face. I'm not laughing.
She's looking like what? Then I probably would be not satisfied now with that. What I was getting when I was 20, unless they're able to evolve as well.
So are you saying it gets better or worse as time?
It gets better.
Oh.
That's why she was confused.
I was so confused. I'm like,
better and wetter.
Oh, man. But then it says for women, we usually don't admit to cheating or report that we cheated until we're 60 or older. So we keep that too. So we got no
I told you, just don't get caught.
Just don't get caught. That's all. That's all.
Women just don't get caught. However, I stand on women don't cheat. So women don't cheat.
Yeah, I agree. Women don't cheat.
Oh man. And then the last statistic that I wrote down is that if you look at it race-wise, black people at the top of the chart for cheating.
That's a lie.
You want to know? No, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Mm-mm. And I grew up in Chatham County, so honey, I know that's a lie.
What we call it, Chatham County out?
Right. Be coming for us. It was Sasha said it. We didn't say it. No.
I said what I said. That's a lie.
I think that's a lie too. I think that I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say it because that right there, it'll open a can of worms. But okay, I'm gonna try to say it PG. So a lot of the times, those women, the ones that don't get cheated on the most, quote unquote, they just don't care. They ain't saying nothing because typically they have money and they got to stay for the money. You know, it's a business deal for them.
That's a proven fact.
And sometimes that man, he also paying the side off too. So she ain't saying nothing.
Wow. Oh man. Well, you know, a lot of people feel like that men or women, that it's a factor of manipulation. I can cheat as long as I can let me change that. I'm gonna cheat, but I'm gonna make you feel like you the reason why I'm cheating.
Hello, listeners. Wanted to take a second to tell you about Cell Dress.
Sale Dress is an international online fashion clothing store who mainly focus on providing women's apparel and accessories at competitive prices. So go to www.saledress.com to find that perfect look. And guess what? With the promo code OP20, you get 10% off. Yes, that's 10% off your full order. Thank you for listening to Occasionally Posh.
Oh Lord, Jesus.
Oh, honey.
Baby, because people are so weak-minded these days that it's just sad. Because ain't no man gonna cheat on me and make me think it was my fault. No,
It happens though.
That's
If I ever cheated, it was their fault.
That's your mama's fault. I blame your mama and your daddy. How about that? It's their
Oh, wow.
Always the person that's getting cheated on is always their fault. It's never the person that is doing the cheating. It's never their fault.
You are toxic.
But that's but that's normally what people say when you get cheated on. What was you not doing right? Like, why is that the first response?
People just ignorant.
No, but you want to know something? If I'm playing devil's advocate, y'all. A lot of the times that is why though.
Why, Chastity? How?
It's because the person. I'm not saying that the person that's doing the cheating is right, but I'm just saying that whoever the person that's getting cheated on is not giving the cheater something that they need. They're lacking something, and I'm not saying that it's right, but a lot of the times that's what happens.
But how is that their fault? That's a personal problem.
Right. That's my point.
Sometimes I agree and sometimes I don't agree. So, okay. So for instance, if a woman, okay, so a lot of times you see men cheat on women. They say they're cheating on their wife because they're no longer getting sex. And then the woman says that she's tired. She's always tired. She always has the kids. I understand that. Totally understand that. I'm tired a lot of times. But then I think about the times that I have time to pick up the phone and call my friends and talk to them and all that kind of stuff. You know, just kind of putting myself in a situation like I had time to call you and talk to you about the fact that he wants sex and I'm just tired, but I couldn't make it a point at that time to give him sex.
But why can't he change some of his ways and help me around the house? Now we got more time to have
But
sex.
that's true. I agree with that as well. That he do need to pick up his plate and do what he's supposed to do. So I mean, like I kind of get it from both aspects. Like I can understand. I guess I can understand how people can say that it's the other person's fault, but then I also am like, well, it's also your fault as well because you might be lacking somewhere as well, which is why I am as tired as I am because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Right. You know, but it all leads back to communication. Yeah. Somebody ain't telling somebody something.
And I feel like a lot of that could be like a lot of this cheating stuff if people learn how to communicate. But I don't think people know how to effectively communicate. Like, I feel like we spend so much time on our phones and social medias that we don't really even, some people don't really even know how to have a decent conversation, like face to face, you know? So I think
especially in our communities. I know people don't like us to say that, but especially
no, for real.
It's the truth. We don't know how to communicate
in person, but I'm gonna tag you on Facebook, like, huh?
Honey,
it's gonna be a subliminal.
Are you crazy?
It's gonna be a sub tweet.
I tell everybody else what's wrong with their relationship, but I can't evaluate my own.
My mama.
I can't stand them.
I'm one of them.
Chastity, please. Chastity, please.
Yeah, she's good for that.
I think I do pretty good.
Well, Chastity had shared this TikTok video that I thought was rather interesting. Y'all tell me what you think, Sasha.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I tried to download it, but it wouldn't work right. So we're gonna watch it like this.
Look, baby, I got demons. that I've been fighting for a long time. I was trying to fix holes in my heart, I was thinking with the wrong mind. I'm still dealing with some trauma from back when I was young and I lost God. I kept it dark to protect your heart, but in the process I lost mine. Swear I never meant to hurt you, baby. I realized it wasn't worth it, baby. Should've recognized what I had. I don't know why I was searching, baby. I know you probably think I'm lying, but if you forgive me, I can make it perfect, baby. Cause if you leave, I don't wanna be alive, you became my only purpose, baby. That shit working, ain't it? Victim mode, all you gotta do is switch the roles. Make them feel all the pain from when you was 10 years old. Make them feel like you always knew you had them, but you still feel alone. Make them feel like you so damaged, but you know what you did was wrong. Make them feel like God gave you a different soul. Make them feel like you different now. The strongest trait of manipulation is giving hope. I gotta lie, cause I know it's at stake if the truth get exposed. It did hurt to get caught cheating, didn't hurt when I did it though. Look, baby, I got demons in me that I've been fighting for a long time.
Wow.
Right.
That's what people do, though. They try to guilt trip
Thanks.
you into making you feel like you like this is, oh my God, like I got hurt when I was 10. I don't know how to love. Please.
Right.
Like, did you see my reaction?
Right.
What was it that he said? He was like,
Back when I was 10 years old.
yeah, like
Yeah. But you know, the crazy thing is, so when I was younger, I used to I think I spoke on this before. My daddy cheated on my mama or whatever. So I used to use that as an excuse. And then as I got older, I was like, I can no longer use that as an excuse. Me doing what I'm doing is my actions and my actions alone. Like I got to get past that. And I can't keep blaming what done happened in the past for me doing what I'm doing right now. Because I'm grown now. And now that happened when I was 12. I'm 36 years old now. If you still using stuff that happened whenever you was 10, honey, seek therapy. There's some dope ass, black ass therapists out here that y'all can talk to.
I literally read a tweet about that earlier. It was like, you can't control your traumatic past, but you can control your healing. And so I think people have to take more time for themselves and work on yourself. Like I watch... I hope my mom isn't watching, but I watched her do some foolery. But I know that's not like I can't do the same thing that she did, or things are going to turn out the way that it did for her. And so, you know, I think that people also like, we don't always have to use our past like for sympathy. Like you can use your past as motivation. Like get yourself together and be better so your children can have a positive example.
Right. And I think that's why a lot of us now don't even know like how to be in a good relationship because we didn't see it growing up.
Yeah.
And that's why that's one of the main reasons why I'm single now is because I really want my kids to see something positive. Right. I don't want them to see me like just dealing with somebody just because I want to be in a relationship. I want them to know what real love is. Okay. I want them to be able to feel that, see that, know that. And whenever they get older, they're able to put that out into their environment. You know?
Because you raising black boys.
Right.
That's important. Yeah.
The same way that our grandparents messed them up, our parents messed us up, and we got to change it.
Yep. We got to break these generational curses.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely people look at me weird or I've been argued with before, but I definitely feel like you can create your own path regardless of what you went through, grew up around, whatever the case may be. I grew up in a household that abuse happened, cheating happened. We woke up in the middle of the night to go ride with my mama to go find her boyfriend cheating on her 2 a.m. Like, I done seen it all growing up. I done seen it, and I always said that my mama had her own problems. She had her own situation. She needed her own healing, and I understand that. But that doesn't mean I have to bring that to now. Right. Now, am I gonna struggle with it? Probably. Is it gonna come up in my relationships? Probably. But that don't mean that's an excuse. Automatic.
Right.
Right. It ain't automatic, but people use that as an excuse all the time.
If Kevin Durant was to walk through my door, I'm using it as an excuse. I'm telling you, I watched my mama do this, and that's all I know. Like that's.
I'm not. Bye. BYE, Sasha. Bye.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I tell you.
Oh man.
Is that it's on my list.
Right.
Don't always be like it's fine. It's fine. I seen my Aunt Tasha do it.
Don't do Tasha like that. Don't
Right,
do
don't be throwing my
that.
mama under the bus.
Right. Oh man. I also feel like that applies to different, like all areas of life too. Like a lot of conversation I have on Clubhouse one week was about I'm in the hood, that's all I know, that's the only way I can make money. Ain't no point of going to get a minimum wage job, blah, you know, I need blah 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 blah. It was just excuse. And I'm like, but you there because you want to be. No, this is all I know. But you there because you want to be. Like, you can make your own path, and I hate for people to use it.
Right. We all know our environment.
You just don't want to put the work in. You want easy money. Just say that. I want easy money. I want to be able to make $1,000 a day, or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Don't be using excuses.
A lot of times you don't even make that.
Child, be out here selling dime bags and talking about I'm a drug dealer. Go get a job.
But I can understand. So I ain't gonna say the county, but the county that Sasha grew up in, and you didn't. there is absolutely nothing there. There's
no hood. There's no hood either.
It ain't no hood either. But I mean, but there's nothing there besides a chicken plant. And I mean, you know, they really don't make that much. And that right there is brand new within the past couple of years. So there's nothing there. So I can understand how easy it is for people to fall into the trap of thinking that dealing drugs and all that kind of stuff is okay. And that's the way that they're supposed to be. However, I think that people also need to understand Greensboro is right down the street. Stanford is right down the street. Asheboro is right down the street. Chapel Hill is right down the street. You can go either way and make a whole different life for yourself, and you don't have to stay right there in their environment. And 9 times out of 10, those other places are cheaper than Chatham County, because Chatham County is way too expensive to have nothing there.
I thought
and they need to get it.
County.
Huh?
I thought you wasn't gonna say my county.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. But it's too expensive for it to not have anything there. There's nothing there. There's nothing there to even motivate your kids. Like, they don't even have a skating ring. They don't have a bowling. Do they have the bowling alley back? I don't know. They don't have a bowling. Like, there's nothing there. So I don't understand why anybody would feel okay to even want to raise their kids in that county.
Well, I think
I don't really,
because like I have always said, if I had kids, like, and I left Chatham County, that I wouldn't mind going back to raise them because of like the small town values. Like, I feel like there's things I learned living in Chatham County that I would never have learned or experienced elsewhere. Yeah, and like I've been off to college, so I've met people from all different places, and though like they sound like they have some great experiences, whenever I tell them the stuff that I was able to do, they're like, what? And I mean, like, because I feel like we made stuff, you know, for us to do. And I think that kids these days are so into everything but being innovative. And so it's kind of hard. But I think that growing up, like I said, in a small town, like I definitely think it helped me to be able to look at the bigger picture in life. Now that I've left and I've lived in a bigger city, I'm like, I can't do this my whole life. Like, I would love to take my kids back. Maybe not Solid City in particular, but you know,
right.
But you know, a small town in itself. But you know, I don't know. I think people sleep on small towns sometimes.
I mean, but trust me, I love small towns. I love the country life. I love the country life. I would never go to the city. I don't want to live in the city. I want my kids to be able to run free. If they want to pee outside naked, let them pee outside naked. That's how I potty train my kids. We was in the country. But anyway, but I also want them to see more than, you know, like a small city. So I think a lot of times whenever people say this is all that I know, just it's not to bad mouth where you're from, but just try to get out there and know more than what you know. Because
people use that as an excuse to be complacent. Like,
and I think it's just fear.
It is. And it's easier to just stay and do what I know than to step out and do something that I don't know, because change is so uncomfortable and some people just simply don't know how to handle it. And I think it's unfortunate.
Yeah. I truly believe I don't want to live in a small. I mean, Sanford ain't big, but it ain't Salt City. But
Y'all keep saying
but
the name.
I truly I don't care. But I feel like life is what you make it. So if you live in a small town, I don't think that's an excuse for not doing what you need to do to make it. Like, okay, I'm gonna live in a small town, but I can drive 30 minutes or 45 minutes to Greensboro and still give me a decent job and make it. Like,
Right.
I feel like people just want the easy way.
Mhm.
They just think life's supposed to be easy, and it ain't.
Right. People like to stay complacent. They're not ready for change. And I do think that was like one of the hardest thing like about leaving like Siler, because it's like I have people who like friendships I outgrew because your mindset is so small because you haven't seen anything else and you're not willing to even try to expand your mind. And so
Right.
I feel like that comes with that small mind mentality. Like people stay there because that's their mind. They can't see anything outside of Chatham County, and it's sad.
Yeah.
Because it's so much more.
People are scared. People are scared to be uncomfortable.
Exactly. And I mean, you can't even try foods from more than 2 or 3 different cultures in Salt City. You know what I'm saying? Like, go experience the world. You never know what you're going to find that you're going to love more than that.
This is true. So you just said something interesting. You said something about growth and losing friendships. This is something that I think that let me see. I don't know if I can say it right. I wasn't prepared. So a lot of people think that whenever you stop talking to somebody that you've been friends with for years, that you are being shady. But I think that some people just grow out of the situation. I have friends that I was tight with, that I talk to every day. We hung out with each other, that I don't necessarily talk to every day now too. I still consider them my friends. If I see them, I'm going to speak to them. If we're ever in an environment where we're together, I feel like we're going to pick up like nothing's ever changed. And I think that all of us, we just grew different and we're all in different situations. But then you see people that saying, I got people that I've been friends with all my life that they act like they can't speak to me. But I think they take it as like a Facebook thing or a social media thing where they want them to like their post and all this kind of stuff. How do y'all feel about that type of stuff?
I feel like it's just very childish. And I feel like at some point people have to understand, like, we can still be cool and cordial, but we're not friends. Like, I think that people use the term friends so loosely. And so like you got people who, like you said, oh, I've been friends with this person my whole life, and they're so fake to each other. Like, their friendship is not even real. Like, you talking about them behind your back. That's not friendship. And so I guess it also goes to say people don't know. Some people just don't understand what friendship is.
Right.
And so, I mean, I feel like I have friends who have, we just grew on different branches, like, and there's no hard feelings and there's no beef. We're just not at the same speed anymore. And that's okay. Like, I feel like every relationship has a time period. And so ours timed out, and that just is what it is.
Yeah.
I agree.
I definitely feel like people grow apart, and you have to be like-minded some kind of way to deal with each other on a regular basis. And I feel like people make people feel guilty about that. Oh, she too good for me, or blase. But you have to be somewhat alike to talk to this person or deal with this person or be around with this person all the time. Like what Christian say, you got to be equally yoked. No, I'm just playing. But you have to think. So if I'm a go-getter, like if I'm going to, like, for instance, when it comes to work life, I've always had drama in my work relationship as far as dealing with other women, females. It's just what it is. But that's because when I get a job, I have the mentality of I'm coming here to work and move up. So I'm going to do whatever necessary. I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to come in early. I'm going to stay late. I'm going to sign up for stuff that ain't even in my job description, blase. And that's always worked in my favor.
Right.
But people who are around me who started where I was at, now we have an issue because I'm trying and you're not. We could do the same thing. You could be going for it just like I am, but you made me feel guilty because I did it and you didn't. And that kind of happens in the same thing in life. Like people, right? People just grow. People say, I want to have a house. I want to have a car. I want to have a better paid job. I want to graduate from high school, college, get my master's degree. And you still working at that same, wherever you been for the last 20 years, and probably making $3 more an hour, but it's my fault.
Right. I wanted to go better myself, right?
Right.
You don't know how many people, like, once I got my master's, they was like, oh, you think you're better than people. No, I just knew I wanted to be a better version of myself. And so, like, I'm not trying to be better than you. I'm trying to be better than myself. Right. Like, and I think that people, they just get so jealous. And then it's like, are you really my friend? Because you can't even clap for me while I'm up. You know what I'm saying? So once again, I think people don't know what friendship truly is.
Right.
I try to clap for everybody. Everybody, even when they ain't my friends, even if it's people that I barely talk to, I still try to clap for them.
Because why not?
Exactly.
Like, we all have the same 24 hours. How we use it is up to us.
Right. And it's more stressful trying to worry about what somebody else is doing or not doing. Like, worry about yourself.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And how popping these curls are.
Period.
Oh man. Well, one article I thought I actually heard it on a podcast today, but there's a pastor in Missouri, Pastor Stuart Allen Clark of the Malden First General Baptist Church. But he gave a sermon and he said women should look to maintain their figures and lose weight in order to keep their husband's attention. He actually put a photo up behind him in the sermon of Melanie Trump, how you say her daggone name, and said, this is the example of what women should aspire to be.
Because I am so sick of men speaking on women's bodies. Worry about your own body. We don't tell you that your penis needs to be longer. Like, what? Like, I think that sometimes men don't think about how much a woman's body go through. Like, it's not always just that easy to maintain a shape. You got to think about some of these diseases that some of these women have that's making them put on weight. And it's not that they're not trying to lose weight. They just physically can't. And so, like, and I'm not trying to make any excuse, because here I am big, but it's my fault because I love to eat and I'm not going to stop. But I mean, I feel like, why is it your place to decide what the typical woman should look like? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And I hate when men are speaking on women's bodies. That makes me so upset.
Thank you.
Yes.
So,
and we have just having children alone change your body.
That right there is number one. Number two, men or people, men try to tell women that they need to get on birth control so they don't have kids. Birth control affects women's bodies in multiple ways, whether you're gaining weight, losing hair, having crazy cycles and being gassy and all this kind of stuff. But birth control is is one of the main contributors of a lot of women gaining a whole lot of weight. But the crazy thing is a vasectomy is easily reversible and it's simpler. Well, just
it is
birth control, but
it's a 1-day outpatient surgery.
Yeah.
It ain't even a surgery.
So a vasectomy is easier than a woman being put on birth control to not have kids, because that's all that we do. But the birth control causes a lot of damage to our bodies.
Yeah.
Like right now, I have my IUD in, love my IUD because I ain't had no more kids, but my IUD throws my body off. It throws everything off about me. And then I have to go like, do I want to keep this IUD or do I want to risk having another child? I don't want any more kids. I got enough. 2 is good. But here I am with my gut.
Yeah, but the same thing. But the same thing happens for men. Their body changes over time. They may have had a 6-pack when you was dating. Now they got a big good. I mean, it happens. But we with you because we love you. So why is it different for women?
Laughing at Sasha's manager.
He's so extra.
But yeah, I agree. And I don't understand why people think that a petite shape means that you're in shape. Like Melania, she has a nice body. She's very pretty, but that's not everybody's ideal weight or ideal size. And
right.
I feel like everybody has a pretty body and everybody has a different shape. And I want people to stop. Body shaming is something, and it's not even because I'm big, because I see bigger women come at skinny women so many times. Like, that is not okay. I feel like we have enough in the world affecting people's mental and emotional health. Why is that the thing that's on your mind? If I'm not your speed, fine, but don't ask me to change the way I look to make somebody else happy. That's ridiculous. Right. Because then what happens when I'm not happy? I'm not going to be happy just eating carrots and celery and all that other foolery. I want some chicken. I want the whole meal. I want the potatoes, the gravy, the mac and cheese, and the cabbage. I want the whole plate. And if that's what makes me happy, who are you to judge me? Because my body suffers from that.
Yeah, and what makes it so bad, the pastor that's saying that is not cute, not shaped, not buff, none of that.
It'd always be them.
He's cute in somebody's eyes. All God's children are beautiful.
Well, he needs to be preaching that himself.
Right. Then he went on to say, now, look, I'm not saying every woman can be the epic trophy wife of all time, like Melanie Trump. I don't even know how to say the girl name.
Melania.
Yeah, her. I'm not saying that at all, Clark said, as a photo of Trump was displayed on the screen. Women can't be trophy wives, but maybe you're a participation trophy.
Wait, what?
Most women can't be trophy wives, but maybe you're a participation trophy.
That was just so.
Then he said, I don't. And then he said, I don't know, but all I can say is not everybody looks like that. Amen.
But a lot of times whenever people associate a trophy wife, well, the way that I've always associated trophy wives is somebody that's pretty that doesn't have a mind of their own. So I would rather not be a trophy at all if that's the case. I want to have a mind of my own. A trophy wife just pretty. She just sits there.
I was just say they just sit on shelves and people forget about them eventually.
Exactly.
Right.
They're like, oh, what's this? Oh, yeah.
Shadow.
1992 when I was playing kickball.
Right.
Yeah, she cute, but what her mind like?
Right.
And most of them they miserable.
Exactly.
Melanie, however you say her name, she ain't happy. Not by no means. Not by no means. Oh Lord. And then he went on to say that every man needs to have a beautiful wife at his side. Ladies, it's the way God made us. It's the way we are. Men are going to look. He made us to look. You want them to be looking at you, don't let yourself go.
I think you can be big and put together though. Like, so I think he's just like a walking contradiction. And I think he needs help because everything you're saying doesn't make sense. First of all, everybody is beautiful to somebody. Like, that's just your type. Like, you can't get in no pulpit and teach them what type of woman they should date. Are you out your mind?
Right. Just because somebody is skinny doesn't mean that they're beautiful. And just because somebody is overweight, I guess, doesn't necessarily mean that they're ugly. Like,
look at me. Okay.
All this. A skinny girl could never get these curls.
You stupid. You stupid. Oh man. But most of the time when that happened though, like, I ain't saying all of the time, because there are some women out there when you date them and y'all met each other at the gym and y'all was working out, blase, blase. But a lot of the times the woman wasn't living the lifestyle to have this body, but you expect her to keep it. Like, she eat worse than you. She laying around the house. She lazy. Oh, what the heck? But then as soon as she have a baby and gain about 50 pounds, oh, now she done lost herself.
Because of something you did to her. Because you put that baby in her.
Right.
He just blew me, and they need to get him up at that pulpit.
He's out of the pulpit now, ain't he?
Oh, I don't know.
Is he preaching them straight to hell?
I don't know how the service kept going. Let somebody at my church get up there and start talking that foolery.
And half the women in his congregation probably look nothing like that.
His wife and his mama probably don't.
Or his daughter.
He probably ain't even married. He probably go home to TV dinners.
No. That's what be killing me is a lot of the men that be talking about like okay, so that group that y'all put us in, that one of y'all put me in on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And this man got on there the other night and was talking about how his wife had gained all this weight and now she can only do sex in one position because she's uncomfortable and all this kind of stuff. And I think he was asking, was it okay for him to cheat because she wasn't pleasing him? So I go and click on his picture.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, he has some nerve. Like, dude, you're huge. You're like 300.
Oh.
So how can you talk about her size whenever you're not even a desirable size, quote unquote? You might be desirable to somebody else, but in your eyes, you're not a desirable size because you're talking about her gaining weight. So you're not a desirable size and you're talking about her. So how do you, like, the nerve?
And also it's both of y'all responsibility to make it right. Like, why is it? People change. I'm used to bed to throw my leg back here, but it ain't gonna happen no more. But it's up to me and you to figure out how to make it better. Why is it just her fault? Like, a relationship is 50-50. And I think people forget that.
If I can't throw my leg up there no more, help me stretch it out.
Right.
Stretches. So I can get
babe, what I need to do. Right. We need to work out 1 and 2 or whatever. I mean, come on.
And you can get her in another position if you really wanted to. He don't know what he's doing anyway.
Exactly. That's what he
need to
Google. That's the only way.
All them Kama Sutra books and websites and positions. They even got websites for big sexual positions for big girls. It ain't no excuse.
No, that one. Might need it.
Girl, bye.
I can't.
But if you truly invested in a relationship, like you're gonna, even though things are gonna change and things are gonna happen, you're gonna want to be there to figure out a problem or a solution together.
Yeah.
Amen.
And I think people lose sight of it.
Just in general.
But I think sometimes too, like, people have this unrealistic expectation that marriage is always going to be 50-50. And I don't feel like it is. I feel like other times, like, one person might be giving 80% and the other one giving 20. But let me help you build you back up so we can get where we're supposed to be. And so I think that people have to understand, like, it's not always going to just be, oh, you do this and I do that. No, like, people go through things and, you know, people change. And like you said. And so I think sometimes people have to understand that, you know, come on, help me get back motivated. Let me help motivate you.
Right.
It's work. Marriage is work. You hear me? Don't go in lightly. Okay.
I'm going to go in lightly.
Don't do it.
I'm going to pop
set
up
yourself up for failure.
Married. I'm be like, I'm married, y'all.
Lord Jesus.
One thing that's super important that I wish I would have done when I was dating is the love language quiz. So I be promoting that thing like a mug.
Me too.
But
yeah.
And I take it like
it's so good. Like, people be thinking, like, for instance, in my relationship, you know, my past spouse was feeling neglected because I didn't put quality time first on the list. And for him, you know, I felt neglected because I'm tired. I had to do these dishes every day, clean this house every day. I'm always doing stuff with the kids, blah, blah, blah. And not saying that what he was doing was bad. He was still doing his part, but we just viewed it differently.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And quality time was first on his list, but guess what? It was last on mine. So it wasn't because I wasn't trying to. It's just that it's not the first thing to come to my mind.
Right.
And vice versa. You can sit here and say, oh, I want to spend time with you all day, every day. And that's all fine and dandy. But to me, it'd be more helpful if one day I ain't got to do the homework with the kids. Or I ain't got to cook or clean or whatever the case may be.
Amen.
That means more to me. So you definitely got to take time to learn yourself, learn your relationship, and then learn how to meet in the middle. It's never going to be perfect.
And that love language quiz, man, that thing is on point. Like I take it very often. Like just because I want to, whenever I go into dating somebody, I need you to understand this is what it takes to keep me happy. And I want to understand what it takes to keep you happy, because otherwise, what are we doing? We're wasting time, and time is of the essence.
Right. Because, you know, a lot of people don't understand that tacos and Reese Cups is what make me happy. And if you bring that to me, I'm fine. You go do whatever. Go party with the boys. You brought me tacos and Reese Cups and a cup of coffee. I'm good.
I want you to go out because I'm going to go out. I'm going to hang out with my friends. So please go out.
She say that now till he slap her and be like, but there's some tacos on the table.
If he slapped me, I'm calling my husband. Hello?
I ain't no killer. No killer.
But don't push me.
You better not hit me. I'm calling so quick.
Everybody gonna die. Mama, grandma.
I think I would actually lose my entire mind if somebody hit me. Like, I'd be one of them news stories that I blacked out. I didn't know I was gonna kill y'all.
No, I ain't gonna.
That would be me. Woo!
I'm gonna tell that judge I planned my whole life for this moment.
Right.
So I'm ready to go to jail.
I had this one guy. He raised his hand at me like he was gonna hit me. I said, "Lord, I hope you praying, because if you not," that hand went right on down. Because
okay,
right.
Everybody. Your mama,
yeah,
your
I think
grandma,
I would lose my entire mind.
Everybody got to die if you hit me.
Because don't put your hands on me. Even if you're a female, don't put your hands on me. Like we don't got to put our hands on each other to communicate.
But that right there is one of my biggest deal breakers. Like I could probably deal with somebody cheating on me before I deal with you putting your hands on me.
I don't want to deal with either.
I don't want to do either.
Right, I don't want to either, but yeah. But yeah.
Because
don't put your hands on me.
Period.
I don't even like attitude, period, which is kind of a bad thing because it makes me get flared up when things ain't even worth being flared up. But it's something about having an unnecessary attitude that just irks my nerves.
Can't control people's emotions.
I know, but it's now if I do something to make you mad at me, and that's if I did something for it, then hey, that's what come with it. But unnecessary attitude, girl. Woo!
I have an attitude.
Take me to a place.
So I need my husband to understand that at least twice a week. Leave me alone, okay? Like I got an attitude today.
The week of my cycle, you ain't even got to come to the house. Actually, you can just get a hotel room. And just,
but you better be there by yourself, and I ain't playing.
Right. You better be there by yourself because we merged. So that means that you cheating now.
Or take the kids. Yeah, exactly.
She don't never had no attitude. That's why I cheated.
I feel like it's unnatural.
Down.
It's unnatural not to have an attitude. See,
You tell me to get the hell out. Oh, excuse me. She tell me to just get a towel. That's why I cheated.
Well, yeah, going over there with a little nasty then.
Right.
Because no, I don't want you to look at me, really.
Oh, man.
Bye. Let's close this out. We'd have been known for now. She said going over there with little.
All right. Well, thanks for the folks who have tuned in. If you're watching this later, please still comment below. We do check the comments. Thanks, Sasha, for joining in on the shenanigans. We always love to have you. Hey, yeah. We need to start going live more, so we might just have you like a co-host for once a month or something.
Just call me.
But
we're gonna call your manager.
right.
You go
Right. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please make sure to go to our page on Facebook and Instagram and like us. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. And you can always listen to this podcast as well on most audio platforms. So thank you again, and we'll see you next week. Facebook.